Okay, well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mr. Nicholas, and I know some of you guys from being in our karate class, and Sydney's in our karate class. And I want to ask you something, and this is going to make you think a little bit, so I hope you're ready. Let me ask you this. Why do you suppose you guys are here? Willa?
To learn.
Okay, to learn, and what does that mean? Yeah.
That means you have to pay attention and listen who's talking.
Okay, okay. Now let me ask you this. What do you suppose that Mr. Klitsky's job is? What is he here to do? Yes.
Teach us.
Yeah, and what does that mean?
To help us learn.
Okay. Let me tell you what I think it means. Okay, I think his job is to motivate you so that you can engage your mind and you can engage your spirit. Because he has to be able to teach you what has to happen up here, and he also has to teach you what you have to do, what you have to want. Because if he can get you to light that fire inside of you, then you can learn anything. And you know, and that's really a very important thing, because a lot of times, you know what I hear sometimes? People say, I can't, or I'm not good enough, I don't know that I'll be able to. What a bunch of baloney that is. Because if you just give it a shot, if you just put yourself out there and you put some energy and spirit into it, it's amazing what you can do. And you really have to do that, because you know, you only go around once in life, and you don't want to sell yourself short. You know, I know a lot of people that got older and older and older, and then, you know, their days on this planet were done. And I'd hear them talk about, well, you know, I'm really not satisfied with how things went. I'm really sort of sad I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. And my question is, why? Why didn't you do it? You see, because you guys have a whole life ahead of you, and you got some cool things that you can do if you only believe that you can. You have to believe that you can. This is very important. Okay? And then after you've got all of these things inside, then you know what the next step is? To go out and do it. Because a lot of people sit on their rear end their whole life, and they don't get moving. They don't get moving towards their goals. Because I bet you everyone right now in this room has things. See, you kids are young, and you have good imaginations. When we get older sometimes, you know what happens? The imaginations get stale. Because we got all of this adult stuff to worry about. We've got all of this worry about paying our bills and going to work and all that. So we forget to sit and just play. Like you guys were outside playing before you came in. It's a great thing to do. And a lot of people forget you have to do that. You have to move, because your body is built to move. Your body is built to move and be strong. And you have to move this too. You have to move your mind. So you guys give some thought to this, because this is very important stuff. If you continue to do the things I'm talking to you about, when you get to be my age, I'll be 52 this year. You'll be a whole lot further ahead than I am, okay? But you just have to have some faith. That's an important thing too. Now, what we're going to do today, I'm going to have Sydney come up, and we're going to show you some of what we do in the martial arts, because you know what? This stuff falls right in line with everything I just told you right now. Okay, so Sid, why don't you come on up here? I'll move my chair and do some karate. Okay, now some of you have done this, so Sid, why don't we face that way? There you go. Now, let me ask you this. What's all this karate stuff about? I mean, I'm sure you've seen it on TV, and yeah, usually on TV people are flying around and beating each other up. And that's not what we do. That's not what we teach kids. What do you think it is?
Self-defense.
Well, self-defense, it could be that. You know, if Sydney were to walk outside and maybe somebody were to try to grab her or hurt her, you know, we'd show her something she can do. What do you suppose is the best thing to do if somebody tried to grab you? Yeah.
Run.
Run, exactly. Run and yell. Run and yell and attract attention to your situation. Because if somebody tries to grab you, kids, they don't want to have attention drawn to the situation. They want it to be very quick. So again, give some thought to that. If you ever get attacked or threatened by somebody, run and yell. Bring attention to the situation. Yeah, what else do you think karate is? Willow?
Responsibility and leadership.
Okay, it's certainly that too. Because you're responsible for how good you get. You see, and sometimes people say, well, wasn't my fault, or I didn't do that. And I ask them, well, whose fault is it? If you're in charge of yourself, whose fault is it? If you were lazy, if you didn't do your homework, if you didn't clean your room, whose fault is it? There's only you there, okay? So I think a lot of times, kids, people try to give responsibility to somebody else. Maybe I can blame it on that person. But that's not right. Because we all have to carry our own weight. Okay, it's very important. So, what I'm gonna do right now is Sydney and I are gonna show you some of what martial arts is, and here's what you're gonna see. Watch her eyes, because her eyes are the secret. If her eyes are locked in, that means her eyes, her ears, both of those are gonna make this work better. You've got to lock those things in, same as when you're here in school. You've got to engage yourself, okay? So Sid, let's show them some stuff. Here we go. Attention. Good, you see, she's gotta be ready, because when you're ready, you learn better. See, she's ready and she means business right now.